Hey guys, we've made our way to Mark 15. We're going to read the first 5 verses. I'm going to try to keep it short and precise. Just kind of give us a few things to meditate on today. So let's take a look at verse 1. It says, immediately in the morning, the chief priest held a consultation with the elders and the scribes and the whole council. And they bound Jesus and led him away and delivered him to Pilate. Then Pilate asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" He answered and said to him, "It is as you say." And the chief priest accused him of many things, but he answered nothing. Then Pilate asked him again, saying, "Do you answer nothing? See how many things they testify against you." But Jesus answered nothing, so that Pilate marveled. The night before, Jesus had endured this really long trial by the Sanhedrin, this unjust trial where they accused him of all kinds of different things, but couldn't get anything to stick. And finally, they accused him of blasphemy and determined that he was deserving of death. And so they spit on him and slapped him and they mocked him. And early the next morning, the Sanhedrin consulted together and they determined they were going to deliver him to Pilate, who was the governor that was established by the Roman government. And so if they already determined the verdict, then why did they have to take him to Pilate? Well, there was a couple of reasons. Number one, I think it's because they didn't have the authority to do any kind of capital punishment. So they determined he was deserving of death, but they had to go to the government to get permission to put him to death. Number two, remember, they're afraid of the people. Sanhedrin are afraid that there's going to be an upheaval, an uprising. The people love Jesus. And so they're going to make sure they go through all the proper channels to make it look like they're doing what's right, that, they're just doing what's right for the nation. And if they can make it public, they can also make Jesus look like the bad guy here. And so Pilate comes to Jesus and he says, "Are you the Christ?" And Jesus says, "You said it." He didn't have to declare himself to be that. Pilate's ignorantly declaring him to be the king here. Now, those are some of the last words that Jesus says before he gets up on the cross. And then he'll say a few other things, but he's mostly silent from this point on. And it says that the chief priest accused him of many things. And so we don't have a lot of details here, but if we look over in Luke 23, we see 3 things. They accused him of perverting the nation, which I guess if you're a ruler of the nation and you're afraid you're going to lose your position in the nation because of this guy, that would be your position. Number 2, he called himself the Christ or the king, which Jesus hardly ever calls himself the Christ or the king throughout the Gospels. And number 3, they said he's forbidding to pay taxes, which he said quite the opposite. He says, "Render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's." And so every single one of those things could be refuted. And so have you ever had somebody do that to you where you say something and they turn around and say that you said something that you didn't? How would you respond? You defend yourself. You say, "That's not right. I didn't say anything like that." But Jesus doesn't say a word. So why? He knows if he doesn't say something, he's probably going to be crucified. But he knows if he does say something, if he does defend himself, he's probably going to be set free from by Pilate, because Pilate almost does it anyways. And so he doesn't say a word, to the point that he makes Pilate even marvel. Think about it. Pilate's probably put on trial hundreds, maybe even thousands of people, and I doubt he's ever had one of them not say anything. You see, he's going to let them do whatever they want to him. And he's going to be like the sheep led before the slaughter. Jesus doesn't have his life taken from him, but he lays it down. He's going to lay it down for us.